So, Eric, you're in Durban. That's a long way from a long way from Antigua. How are you feeling? Can you quantify that? You look back and think, what's going on?
Yeah, it's been a quite a trip so far. It's been a long journey, but it's had its ups and downs for me. I've enjoyed it though thoroughly, Don, so far. Um, I've sort of gone from chocolates to boiled lollies a couple of times with some of my navigational choices. It probably comes from doing too much skippering on big boats and having navigators and um, they're making the choices for me, and I'm just saying yes and no. So
Yeah,
I can navigate, but it's probably not my greatest forte. So I think that's cost me in this race dearly.
yeah.
Uh,
So,
I've made a couple of poor decisions here and there, and yeah,
I
but
think
look,
everyone has, but they make
yeah,
lots, good ones, bad ones, indifferent. But this last leg, did you enjoy it? Like, because there's a lot of challenges on this leg.
I mean, look, it was a tough leg. The Indian Ocean is the worst ocean I've sailed. It's when you say you enjoy it, I enjoy every leg, but some are better than others. But um, I must admit, the Indian Ocean, we were lucky again with the weather. We had that gale that went through, which it packed a punch, but it was nothing that we couldn't handle. We all battened down early, so that was okay. But there was some big seas early on. The day I did 166 nautical miles, and when Jasmine broke the record, I had the A7 up for 12 hours, and I was flying, and I put some really good numbers up, and then I went the head sail for the next 6 hours, and it wasn't dropping in speed much, but I ended up deploying 100 metres of warp off the stern quarter to keep the boat straight, because I was really having trouble handling it to go straight, because there's 3.5, 4 metre seas behind me, and I'm thinking this is not good. I got to do so that worked really good. So I
So you had
towed.
the warp out while you had your spinnaker up while you're going flat stick.
Well, at that stage I had the warp out and the a triple reef and the headsail, because I dropped
Oh yeah,
the A7, but
yeah.
yeah, so I towed for 6 7 hours the warp, and I still clocked up 166 miles. So you can see how quick we were going. It
Yeah,
was
exactly.
pretty incredible. But so I enjoyed that. But yeah, and look, across the bottom of Madagascar and that it didn't. We had a good run. We lots of current. But look, I got caught into that anti-clockwise spiral, as you know, and
Yeah,
I was aiming at the top end of it and trying to go north, and I set my wind vane to do that night, and I woke up the next morning. Unfortunately, I slept right through, and wake up the next morning, and I'm thinking, oh my God, why am I here? And
yeah,
that was it. That was the end of it. Then I couldn't. I probably should have turned around and went north and just
yeah.
take a hit, but
So
I didn't.
just walk me through the long sleep you had. So you get the boat set up and it's like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock or something. So that's it. I'm going
Yeah.
to bed, and you wake up at 6 o'clock or something, or what?
Well, that night I was that tired because I'd been, doing a lot of work the day before and the night before. I was so tired. Normally I don't sleep much. I'll have just an hour here, an hour there. But this night I just crashed, and I slept, about 6 hours straight, and I
Yeah,
woke up at daybreak, and of course looked at the plotter, and I think, oh no, this is not where I want to be at all. And so that's what happened there. And then, of course, we had 48 hours of really light breeze, almost becalmed. And I was in no control at all. The currents were actually taking me back round this. You could see it on the track. It was
yeah,
back round in an anti-clockwise direction, following the current, and it was
yeah,
getting worse by the hour. So I had no choice. I went 50 miles backwards, and
yeah, yeah,
then I finally, after that, the wind picked up. I thought it was never going to, but it usually changes eventually. So it did. And I thought, well, I've got a real narrow slot between the anti-clockwise current and another lot of
Yeah.
current. So I hightailed between the two,
Yeah.
and I managed to squeeze through and back on track again.
Anyway, yeah, it was a bit of an eye opener for everyone. So through it all, like you didn't build your boat, you bought it, and then you prepped it, and had struggle in getting to Antigua,
Yeah,
which was a nightmare. I mean, I was watching and feeling every day. Now you've
yeah.
come this far. How's your relationship with the boat? Like,
Oh, I love it. I just love the boat. Yeah, it's just such a well built boat. Yeah, no, really, really,
what
really
what what,
like it.
what would you say is the best part about the boat? You know?
Um, well, probably it's just it's such a versatile little boat. It's yeah, I've got no complaints to it. I think they handle the sea so well. The 580s, they're an amazing design. They really are, Don.
Yeah. What
Uh,
about living? What about living on board? Like the space, and is it dry and all that sort of stuff?
yeah, no, it's as dry as a bone. There's no leaks in this boat whatsoever. You don't. It's a very well built boat, and
Yeah.
I've never been on a drier boat than this boat. And when you think the miles we've done,
Yeah.
I just cleaned the bilge out with some uh, white vinegar, and water, and just tidied it up. And it's as dry as a bone. There's not a drop of
Yeah.
water anywhere, and
So
that
the
never.
so the bunks and the little galley and the companionway hatch and all that sort of stuff all works.
Yep, yep. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm amazed with little jet boil stoves how good they are in big seas. You never have any problem making a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or if you want a bit of freeze dried food, you can boil water in a split second, as you know. And um, so they're very versatile,
Yeah.
simple, and and you need that when you're doing this sort of thing solo. Um, I've been on bigger boats, and you're probably the same, Don, where the galleys, it's almost impossible to cook or make yourself a cup of coffee. So when you know what I mean, when you think
Yeah.
these boats they
Yeah. Yeah.
survive, it's pretty
Okay.
incredible.
So what about your health? I mean, your body. I know you buggered up your arm a bit when you went over the side, but generally
Yeah,
speaking, living on board as an isolated solo sailor, and you to feeling good.
still feeling good. I'm back to 70. I weighed myself at Ertan's hotel. I'm back to 73 kilos. So I started off at about 75 and a
That's
half.
not
So I'm not
bad.
not too bad. So I'm keeping pretty fit still, but I'm getting a lot of cramp in the legs at times because when you're standing and um, you're not moving around as much as you probably should be.
Yeah.
So I've been taking magnesium and tablets to try and help that.
Yeah.
And you got to massage your legs a lot. Well, I
Are
do.
you you a heavy user of Starlink or just an average user of Starlink?
Probably average and that's been an issue. I would really like lithium batteries in the boat because I've got the AGMs. I have to switch my system off every morning, and I keep it off till the batteries are back to 100%, and then I switch it on in the afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah.
So far this whole leg, I kept the batteries up to 100% by the end of the day. Um, so it's been a hell of a lot better since I tilted the solar panels on the stern.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I I haven't got the battery capacity that the lithiums have got where I can use I'd like to use Starlink, 4 times a day and check the weather more and the currents
Yeah.
and the tracker. If I did that, I would not have battery supply with
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
So that's been a bit of an issue for me.
Yeah.
I've just had to manage it the best I can.
Yeah. So is the MGR still delivering what you thought it would? Like it's fun or challenge? I'm not sure. Or
Oh,
everyone's in for different reasons, but you're having a good time.
yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I got as you know, I went off the boat and that frightened the tripe out of me at the time. But
Yeah.
I was a bit nervous at times at the start when I left Mauritius, but I worked my way through it, and I'm feeling pretty good now. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, all in all, overall the race, yeah, no, it's been awesome, Don. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I got no complaints. I mean,
Okay. What's the toughest part about being where you are right now? You know.
Oh, missing my family is really hard. You know, like I haven't seen Brenda since Thursday Island. So, by the time I get to Cape Town, it'll probably 3 months before even though I call her each day,
Yeah.
it's yeah, just being around your grandchildren, your family, and your kids.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Like we've been out here, what, 9.5 months now, haven't we? So
Yeah.
uh, that's probably the hardest part for
Yeah.
me.
So, and
Yeah.
what about the boat? Obviously, it sounds like there's not a lot of maintenance to do. But how's your sales faring up? What situation are you in with sales?
Um, they're actually good. I've had the main. I had a few small cuts and I've patched them straight away out there. So I've given that. I just got received that back from the sale maker yesterday, and he said out of the four mains that he repaired, mine was the best. So he said it's been looked after. So he's
Yeah.
repaired it all, and I think it'll get to the finish. But I've ordered this new one purely as a safety thing, if to have it on the boat. If I blow one out, tear it in half, going this last
Yeah.
leg,
Yeah.
I want to make sure I got a main, because I don't like the idea of if we're beating for 2,000 miles
Yeah.
without, without a main. So that's why
That's tough.
I carry a spare. But I don't think I'll need it, Don. To be honest. The A5, that's the original one. All the sales are Michael's, the original
Yeah.
sales, except the
Yeah.
A7. I bought a new A3, which was my seventh sale, which I
Yeah.
that as a spare. So I'm now using that because the A3 is
Yeah.
just the old one's just getting a bit tired.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
A7 is fine, and but the A5's looking pretty tired. But if I'm just managing it, not pushing it too hard.
Yeah.
So
So
I've been nursing the boat a bit, really.
yeah. So if there's something you'd like structurally or equipment wise or deck layout or something, is there anything you'd change on the boat if you were starting again or building one?
Yeah, that's a good question. There would be things. Definitely where Michael had the chart plotter, I put it on a swing mount in the companionway. That was a real problem at the start for me
Yeah.
because I couldn't navigate. You had to use an iPhone or something,
Yeah.
coming in, or a handheld, thing to navigate. So that's been a real plus. So that's a change, definite. It definitely needs more grab rails, which Michael suggested that too at the end of the transit. And I put rope, lines around which I hang onto those inside the cabin,
Yeah.
which work. But I'd be definitely putting really good grab holds
Yeah.
in place.
Yep. Yep.
That's a must. What else? Yeah, look, basically it's pretty damn good. I don't think you need a toilet. I think Sunbear, it's got a holding tank and a built-in toilet. It's probably one of
Yeah.
the few. I don't even use it. I just use the bucket,
Yeah.
and it's a lot safer, in my opinion,
Yeah.
than jumping down on a loo at the front of on the bow of the boat.
Yeah.
Um, so I think if anyone's building one, you could do without it, and you're saving a
Forget
bit
the
of weight.
dummy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
but
Okay. And so for the MGR, if you had a magic wand and you could change one thing about the race, the concept or ethos
yeah.
or whatever it is, what do you reckon it'd be?
Probably, probably all. And I've mentioned it before. If we all started together at each stop, I think that would be the thing that I'd change the most, because I think the last leg we started in Mauritius all together again, and it kept the fleet close. It also gave the opportunity for some of these back boats that they're not in touch with the front runners. It actually give them a chance to give them a run for their money, and it proved it with Ertan at the start. He was hot on the heels of the two front runners, for the first 24 hours, and we're all
Yeah,
blown
exactly.
away.
I thought his Starlink must have broken.
Yeah, yeah. And Jasmine and Josh and these young people, they've excelled in their sailing ability in this race.
Yeah.
So, but that'd be the one thing, Don. Just all
Yeah.
start together at every stop and just keep the elapsed time ticking over,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's what I'd recommend.
Okay. All right. So overall, you're looking pretty good. You're feeling good. What about this next leg? It's quite demanding. I mean, you went to the NSRI talk the other day. Look at their base of rescue for service and stuff. They talked about weather. So what's your feeling?
Yeah, it'll be a challenge. It won't be walk in the park. The rescue service, they were excellent. Jockey did the presentation. He sailed that coast. They're saying that first leg from here to East London is definitely the way to go. But you've got to get on the back end of a southerly if you
Yeah.
can. And the wind tends to swing to the east northeast. And he said if you're out there that early, you get maximise your northerly change then down the
Yeah.
coast. So he said that's the key to it.
Yep.
So that they were invaluable. Their knowledge of the coast. It's just local knowledge.
Yeah.
Um, and But yeah, look, I'm okay. I always get a little bit toey before a start. I suppose my age kicks in. But yeah,
Age is just a number. We all know that.
yeah, that's it. But no, as long as we keep our eye on the weather and we take the right weather window, we'll be fine. The
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
boats will handle most things. I mean, they're not going to handle um, horrific seas, but we don't want to be in that. So it's all about picking the weather, I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That sounds cool. All right. And so, are you thinking? Have you ever started yet thinking? Because you're not exactly sailing home; you're still sailing away from Australia. But eventually, touch wood, you'll get to Antigua, and
Yeah.
you started to think, what's next? Like, what's the plan for the boat? And what you might be doing? You're going to go back to full time employment, or you're going to remain retired, or what?
Yeah. I. Well, no. Dan and I, Dan Turner, we're just organising a 40-foot container now. So
Yeah,
Immortal Game and Sunbear will go in a 40-foot container together. Once we get, I'm sure we're going to get to Antigua, the whole lot of us. So that's the plan. And they're both going back to Australia, and my boat will be in the Coffs Harbour Marina. I'm joining the yacht club there because I'm not a member at Coffs Harbour at the moment. Brenda is, so and I'll just twilight sail it out of Coffs Harbour. It's right on the ocean there, and
that's fantastic. I'm excited about that. It'll be good to, because it's a you get torn between two worlds. Depends on where you are in lifestyle and budgets and things like that. But it's great to
yeah.
keep the boat for a while. It'll be a head turner. People will look at it and say, "You did what?"
Oh yeah,
It'll
yeah,
blow them away.
that's right. And I'll hopefully I'll get the grandchildren, sailing in it. And look, if I get sick of it, I'll probably sell it, Don. But Stephen, my stepson, he's shown a lot of interest in doing the next the 29 MGR,
Oh,
and
wouldn't that be good? How old's he?
yeah, he's 41 now.
Yeah,
Steve, you've met Stephen
yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
Antigua.
Sorry, Steve. Yeah,
Yeah,
when you said
Paul
grandson, I mean
Steve,
your stepson. Yeah, yeah.
my
No, yeah, he's
stepson.
cool. Yeah.
So he's very keen to do the next one, and I'd be manager. And of course,
Well,
he
that'd
wants
be a
to do
lot of fun.
Sunbear.
he's,
So
he's, he's, he's,
Sunbear, Sunbear might have another go yet.
Bloody oath. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm quite. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of things going on in the background with the MGR. I think people are just
Yeah,
looking at it thinking, "You what?" So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting.
yeah,
That'd be good. I'm happy to see that the boats maybe not sold straight away, or at least it's in the same scenario. Same with Dan. I think if someone came and offered the money, he might sell it, but it'd be
I
good to see
I
it
think
back in Australia.
so. Yeah, but look, question about the next MGR. Is there going to be a limit on the numbers in the fleet, or are you going to take like more entries, or you're going to keep
No, I think it's 20 entries. Might even be 18 or 20. But
you'll cap it at
yeah, we'll cap it at 20. But I mean, it's obviously up for review. So
yeah,
those that are dreaming about and building right now, the same thing
yeah,
happened in the beginning when we announced the race. We said we'd cap it at 30 boats, and we
yeah.
immediately had like 45 people that all said they were going, right?
That's
And
right.
I just say to them all, I said, look, just get into it, keep going, don't worry, you'll get an entry, because there's a lot between the idea of doing it and actually turning up at the start line, which you would know really well.
Yeah.
And it's the same story. So I'll be very happy if we had 20 boats in the MGR, but let's wait and see. But at the moment,
Yeah.
yes, there's a lot more than 20 thinking about it, I reckon.
Oh yeah, it's created a lot of interest around the world, and
Yeah.
it's everywhere you go, people are blown away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so far so good. Touch wood, touch wood.
Yeah, yeah, that's
But
it.
it's all credit to you guys anyway. It's all good fun.
Yeah,
All right.
thank
So and so, if would you recommend the MGR to someone? Obviously, you would because your
Oh,
stepson's going to go going.
yeah, we were actually, like Kerry was saying last night, that, we try to encourage South Africans or anyone, around the world wherever we stop to, take it on if you've got a desire, build a boat or buy a boat and do it. And one young bloke, he's probably in his late 20s, he piped up and he says, I'm going to do this. He was stoked. It was really cool. So Kerry got him on the microphone and he said, he said, I'd love to have a crack at this. He said, I just so blown away with, the way you guys are and, how inspiring you are. And he said, it's just a great event. So he's keen.
Yeah, quite something for Durban, eh? And Graham's, but you really hammered that home. Graham, our Graham, with all his background history of the place, it's quite something. And in fact, I didn't realise the depth of it with Durban. You always tend to think about Cape Town, but Cape Town for me, because I always followed the solo sailors going all the way around the world, around Cape Horn. But anyone that's doing trade wind route, it's all about Durban. So it's a different mentality and a different sort of thing. But Graham's been fantastic for that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Up to you. Anything else you want to get across, before we wrap this up?
Just thank you to all my family and all our supporters. We've got a lot of supporters that have helped me out here and there, friends. So thanks to you, Don. It's been an awesome event so far, and I hope we all get to Cape Town safely and onwards to Antigua.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be waiting there, hopefully, unless you go real fast and beat us there. We're not there till the 29th or something, I think we arrive. But anyway, that's all cool. And I've got to tell you, I'm really excited that you're going to hang on to the boat. It's quite cool. There'll be quite a few there. I mean, John and Mike will be there, and Gary's there, and you'll have your boat. If Dan's there, we can always get them on a trailer. You'll have to do, we've got to, someone in Australia has got to formalise the Australian, association. And then get some things going around, take them into the middle of Australia in Lake Eyre, have a regatta in Lake Eyre,
Yeah, well, if there's a few in Australia, that's the sort of thing you can do. You got a little one design class going.
Yeah. I think there's about 12 or 13 now building there now, and, including the other guys.
Get a few of them doing the Sydney Hobart too, I reckon.
Actually, that could be a giggle. Do a pirate Sydney Hobart with the 580s. Holy dooly, wouldn't that shake it up?
I don't think they'll let small boats. I think 30 foot's the limit. But
If
they'd give you a dispensation, for a.
You're starting to sink. You're sinking on the camera. You're sinking on the camera. I mean, I'm up to your nose now. I'm just seeing your eyes. You're looking like food. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, anyway, a lot of fun.
We'll see what happens, Don.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thanks, Eric. Good luck with the next leg, and we'll be waiting for you in Cape Town.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.